Bon dia, sóc el Martín Corral, poeta i periodista, i avui entrevistaré a 3 persones vinculades al projecte Znak, procedents de Rússia, Alemanya i Brasil. I per tant, la farem en anglès. Hello, welcome guys.
Hi.
Hello.
So today we have here Aleta. She's an Australian poet. She's making a PhD in linguistics and she founded Znak in October 2021. That is what we are going to talk about today. We also have Pedro. Pedro is a pianist. He studied piano at 5. He has studied at the University of Colorado Boulder with the biggest internship of the institution in the latest 20 years. Congratulations, Pedro.
Thank you.
And he's also co-lecturer in the Znak new project Lectorium. And today also we have here Sophie. She's from Germany. She's a person who has always loved art, but she hasn't dedicated it much than what she's done because of the underestimation of art in the institutions, in the public life, and all that stuff that we are going to talk about in this interview. So welcome all you guys.
Thank you.
And my first question is for Aleta, and is why did you decide to found Znak?
Oh, okay. That's a pretty long story. I'll try to make it short as short as possible. Basically, back in my hometown, I used to host poetry events. And that was like a huge part of my life. I really loved it. And when I moved here, I just wasn't secure enough to start attending some other open mics because I still didn't write in English or Spanish. And just go there for the sake of going there, I didn't feel comfortable. And at some point I thought that I need some sort of external motivation, and I knew that if I'm gonna surround myself with people who write in Spanish or English in any language, that's gonna kind of make me maybe competitive or something, and I'm gonna start writing again. So yeah, and I knew that the easiest way for me is just to do it myself. Because when you organize yourself, you know what sort of people you attract. You know, you have to be more extroverted, because I know that sometimes when I come to new places I can be pretty shy, and I know that when I'm the host I'm in charge and I'm in control, so it's easier for me. So yeah, that's how it started. The first one was after the pandemic, so we couldn't invite many people. It was just for Russian speakers, the first one, because I wanted to train myself again, like remember how it is to host, and then it started to be international.
How did you open that space to all the international poets and artists and performers that are now in the community? Because there are people from Africa, Asia, there are people from all parts in the world. How have you been able to do that?
Oh, I'm just good at social media. I was just like stealing people from other open mics, or I was just looking for them, like trying to find local poets or international poets or people who are into arts. And then now it happens naturally. Now they just invite someone who they know gonna like it, and now I don't really have to do much. So now it works for itself.
And you've been done in Znak for the last 2 years, right?
Almost, yeah.
So I want to ask Sophie that joined Znak this year, how does it work, an Znak event?
In general, how the Znak event works?
Yeah, how they are. If you are going to invite someone to an Znak event, what would you say to it, to go, of what you do there?
Well, first of all, I would highlight that the atmosphere in general is very relaxed, very, very friendly. Everyone's there. Everyone knows each other already, but everyone's very friendly. We're all there to kind of get together, have a good time. And then so we socialize. Then there's the open mic part, obviously, which is also somewhat informal. People just raise their hands. You can perform anything. That's very important. And I think at the forefront that, yes, it's poetry mainly, but if you want to dance, then dance. If you want to sing a song, you can sing a song. So it's very open-minded in that sense, and tolerant. So you can go up and do whatever, and it's a very kind of appreciative, open, welcoming atmosphere, and that's sort of what I have enjoyed the most about Znak, where it's doesn't feel intimidating like maybe other spaces could feel. So I mean, this is my first kind of first touch point with any sort of poetry events, and it was a nice way to get into it because it's way less scary than you might think.
Yeah. As a member of Znak, it's true that there are a lot of people and they all know each other, but in the group there are more than 200 people. How do you manage to make all that 200 people that are always growing to become more people and to make everyone know each other? You can all answer to every of the questions, like you can talk between you. We can have just a talk.
Okay. What you? Oh.
Aleta is good at social media.
Aleta is very good at social media.
No, I mean they are there. Yes, normally it's someone who already knows someone from Znak, so it's not like they come for the first time and they don't know anyone. But sometimes.
Yeah, but for example, that was my case.
When you
It was
came
my
with.
case too.
But
Well, yes,
you contacted me directly.
Well, yes, that's true. Yes.
Yeah. Sometimes people are pretty shy and they text me in advance, like, okay, I'm for the first time, I don't know anyone, and I just make sure that they feel comfortable, and I introduce them to someone. In your case, I introduced you to my friend, and she was your guide in there. And in your case, I think you came with friends, right? Yeah. So normally people are very shy to come to events alone, and I'm thinking how to break this insecurity now, how to explain people that it's okay to go to events now alone. Like Sophie, for example, goes to concerts, can go to concerts alone or clubs alone.
I mean, I also I knew you from speaking to you on Bumble for maybe 10 minutes in total.
I want to talk about Bumble. I've never used Bumble.
You should.
I didn't knew what was Bumble before coming to Znak.
Oh,
You've
really?
been talking about social media now, about the power of social media.
I even used
Znak
Tinder,
possible.
but for
Znak
Madrid's event. Yeah, when I went to Madrid. So I try all the
People match
sources.
with her thinking that they're gonna go on a date, but they end
they
up
go
going
some
have to
poetry,
perform
but-
poetry at a
Poetry.
place. They're like, oh shit, now I have to perform something.
Yeah, how is it using Bumble to know all that poetical people for you that you're introducing? Like, you three are introducing a lot of people in the poetical scene of the city, and a lot from Bumble. Also, Mauricio, that is one
Yeah. He
a member of Znak. A lot of members of Znak came from there.
Yeah.
How the hell do you make that?
I think what's good about Bumble is that it's like any social media. You can predict who's gonna like it or who's not gonna like it. So sometimes I'm just tell them directly what I'm looking for. Like, okay, I'm not looking for something. I'm looking for creative people and everything. You can see it on the pictures. You can see in their interests, list of their interests or what they wrote that, okay, this person is into something creative, so might like it. And sometimes we joke that, okay, if you match with someone on Bumble and you wanna check the vibe or test them, you can just bring them to Znak if you enjoy Znak and to see how this person gonna react, because we had some examples when people just didn't pass the vibe and they never came back, and
But
then
there were examples in which, for instance, with Mauricio, who actually got to Znak through Bumble through Emilia.
and then he
right.
stayed forever.
Yeah, but what ended up happening is that, like, she invited him from Bumble. So they met him on Bumble, and then he went to a Znak event, like, to see Emilia, but ended up talking to everybody there but Emilia in that event, and just stayed
I still
forever.
had fun. So
Yes, and stayed there. And
Yeah, I think that one of the most characteristic things in Znak is that it's a community, as difference of another open mics. Do you think that being a community is that thing that make you different for the other open mics? Because when I go to different open mics in Barcelona, it's true that Znak has a very different vibe. And it's true that, for example, Mauricio that we were talking about, he came, he met a lot of people, and he stayed, like, in this community you've created. Do you think that this makes Znak different to the other places?
Partially. There are many reasons why Znak is different. I'm not gonna lie, but
You can tell me everyone a lot.
okay. The fact that it's a community, and the fact that the initial idea actually was to do something like that, because in Russia there used to be this culture. There was a very famous cafe where a very amazing famous poets back in 1920s or something, they were like gathering, reading poetry. It was a little bit undergroundish sort of thing, and of course it was a community because they had to protect each other. They read the poetry they were not allowed to read, and by that actually it strengthened the friendship, you know.
Yeah.
And same, okay, let's take, I don't know, Parisian Café de Fleur, or like some other spaces where people, they just know that they're gonna come somewhere that is special, and they're gonna know people, and they're gonna know that they're gonna have fun, and they might learn from each other. So yeah, of course, it was something, building something. Initially it was like underground, we shouldn't grow or something like. So I thought I need to be very, you know, special and secretive. Yes, but then I thought, oh, come on, no, we can just expand and grow. And
Totally.
And another thing that makes it special, it's the fact that we don't want to stop just on being an open mic. Again, because it's a community and people have different interests, and me myself, I have lots of interests, so I'm like, why should we just do it as an open mic and that's it?
Yeah, we'll talk about that
Okay.
after the next question. But before I want to ask you, Sophie, because you've been in Znak for a few months, I think. When
Like
did you?
Since July last year. maybe.
Since July last year. And do you feel that sense of community in the project? How do you feel inside as a person that wasn't that much into arts at that moment on your of your life, and now being one of the most active people?
Yeah.
Nepo baby.
Nepo baby.
Nepo baby.
Funny thing, yeah. I mean, it's quite interesting when I reflect now on my journey in Znak, because I came, obviously I got to meet Aleta, and then I got to meet a couple of other people, and I socialized, but it still felt like there's this community, and I'm still outside of it. I'm here, I'm participating, but I'm not yet like integral to it. And then something happened at the beginning of this year, and I became better friends with different people in the community, but then also somehow it became more cohesive. Like, it wasn't just one single person, but somehow the vibe started changing, and well, for me at least, that I finally felt like, wow, okay, yeah, no, I am part of this through different channels, and I'm also interested in continuing to grow, and there's a lot of interesting people in this community that I'm interested in learning from, and I've realized that, okay, maybe I am able to make art and improve my art and actually make something worthwhile, and not just, I'm.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing, and you've learned a lot. And that's what you were talking about, the other projects that you're doing about education. You are making such an amazing educational project from this year, the Lectorium of Znak. And you have chose Pedro to organize and to co-host these Lectoriums with you. Why, Pedro?
Well, it wasn't like I had no other choice. No. It's just.
Oh
it's
God!
I
still have no other choice.
Yeah, no, it's
And
like.
why did you
stuck with
accept
me.
it, Pedro?
Oh.
Why are you interested in doing this?
No, it's like it wasn't never even a matter of discussion that Pedro is gonna be there, right? It just happened naturally. Okay, who's gonna teach?
Sort
okay.
of happened naturally. Yes, this is something else that connects to what Aleta was talking about before. In the thing that Znak is not only an open mic and doesn't stop at being an open mic, and how it also grows as a community into different areas. And well, I joined Znak at the ending of November, and immediately from the first time, Aleta and I got very close and became friends. And we were talking about art deeply, and going to the open mics and saying, well, this person was really good, and this person was really good. This other person could get better, or this person was really good, but maybe they could get better. And we were discussing on how they could get better, right? And how can we take the level of art making at Znak. We still have the open mic, which is really important aspect of it, of making people who have never performed in their lives come and perform for the first time. But we also wanted we started having this feeling of, okay, I want to have more solid performances, more solid poems, and more solid artists there. And why not work with the people that we already have? And of course, we want to bring new people, but also we see that there's a potential here, and there's also the will. We saw in people the will to learn and to improve what they were doing. Well, let's start let's talk to them and let's see if they want to work on their art, because we're both teachers. And
you've been educated in art since you were 5, as I said before.
Yes.
And now you're teaching in art. But what's for you the most important thing that you've learned of Znak in this project, in this month stuff you've been in?
You mean the most important thing that I've learned from Znak? Like,
from Znak, from people of Znak, because it's true that you have a very artistic education of a lot of years, but what things have you discovered, learned new about art in Znak?
What an interesting question.
Tricky
because
one.
Because you're a genius, there's nothing for you to learn.
No, there are many things. No, it's an interesting question exactly because there are many ways of many ways in which I can answer it. I don't think there is one main thing. There are many things that I've been learning. For instance, one could point out that the fact of being a lecturer at Lectorium, which are these educational events that we host every Saturday. There's a whole pedagogical aspect of it with an audience that I had never dealt with as a teacher. I usually, as a teacher, have dealt with university students, with conservatory students, with musicians, mostly musicians. But I mean, so usually, giving lectures and classes at universities. It's a very, very different thing. It's a much more relaxed environment. We go there and we want people to get drunk, and I drink while I'm teaching, and we joke. But also there is a certain kind of performatic aspect of it as well in Lectorium. It's not only the crude pedagogy of I'm going to teach you something. There's a
discussion.
The discussion aspect of it, opening it to discussion. There's a whole pedagogical aspect of it, which is very hard to deal with, but also very fulfilling. And so this is one thing.
Yeah.
And I see more and more the appreciation for aspects of people's expression that maybe I didn't appreciate as much before, and finding value in things that maybe I couldn't see value in that before, and I've been learning and see potential and value in new things. I think that's another.
You've been teaching a lot about performance and all that performative stuff, also about poetry, transcendence in art. Also, you've taught about more classical art aspects, more about music, more about piano. Is there anything else you would like to teach about in the next lectoriums that you haven't done before?
Yes.
Apart from inviting other lecturers in completely different
Which kind of
fields.
profiles are you thinking about?
Except chemistry. I hate chemistry. But the rest, I mean, anyone can. I would love to make it as educational as possible, as vast as possible, but obviously it would be cool to have one specific diverse. Yes, thank you. One specific, like, of course, the focus is going to be on art. And an additional project, yes, when we can just invite lecturers, because we are very curious people. I think we can learn from any aspects of life. And actually, that what I noticed, like people who write poetry, they come from different backgrounds, they have different education, and you can trace professional deformation and cultural deformation in their art. And it's cool, it's interesting. That's what makes them different. So why not learning something completely new and then realize that actually can affect your perspective or something. But in arts, I would I don't know, Pedro's gonna answer from his part, but for me, I'm learning myself while teaching, and of course I would like to focus more on poetry, poetic side, like on philology, on techniques and tricks in writing, because I still have many things to cover and to learn, and that's a motivation for me, because I need to teach someone, I need to learn and dig myself, so that's like a mutual education in this sense. Yep. So what's...
Well, I have many themes that I always think of themes. I'm thinking myself. I don't
Pedro's
know.
my like linking art and philosophy.
Yes.
Like, he likes discussions. I like to be condescending and just to tell them what to do.
Yeah.
And you, Sophie, as a student, what do you like more? Discussions or
I like both. I think there's
No, you like mine more. You should say this.
But I always interrupt you, so no one can tell which one is yours and which one is
I
mine.
also
We
interrupt
always
you
talk.
too.
Yeah, we always
because
talk
on one, I mean,
simultaneously.
I do like discussion for sure, and I like the philosophical part of it. But also, as someone who has zero education in the arts, let alone poetry, it's nice to also get some structure and to tell you, okay, you've got these tools, and you can use them in this way, and then that's also useful because I wouldn't have never known. So both of them are important.
And I think it is important as an artist to really have a grasp on both sides, to have a very solid, almost factual aspect of it in the tools that Sophie was talking about. Like, you have this and this and this and that, and we also do this through feedback sessions that we've hosted. Poets bring
Very
their
helpful.
poems, and we okay, let's talk about this thing. How do you say this? And specific things about the poem, but also expanding it to more, let's say, diffuse philosophical aspects of art making is very helpful and essential as well, because otherwise you can also become an artist only with a toolbox but with no philosophy, not knowing how to expand your
And also practice is important because you
Yes.
need to check like which tool is organic for you.
Exactly.
And,
So that all of that exploration is very nice. Is there anything you would like to see, Sophie, in Znak? I'm asking, like, any themes. She's looking at me with like, oh my god, I don't know.
Oh my goodness, no.
I want to do one about the public.
The public.
Yes.
Hmm.
I want to talk about public.
You mean the relationship
Audience.
between the performer and the public?
Yes.
that could be a very interesting
but
lectorium.
from both perspectives, from both the side of as an artist, how do I deal with the public, and as the public, how do I deal with the artist? Like, so
Oh, and I would love to cover a very cynical part of art, like self-promotion, basically.
self-promotion. It's a great
Yeah,
side of it.
because
it's
I mean,
very
it's
important.
important.
I see so
self-promotion.
many amazing artists. They have no clue
Wagner.
what to do.
What to do?
Yeah.
Wagner's, yeah.
It's
No,
true.
Wagner's not. Well,
Wagner's cool, yeah, and Dali and whatever,
No,
whoever. But
Yeah, and I think that there's a thing that happens a lot in Znak, that there are a lot of artists that they don't know how to make their work being shown, and that's one thing that you as teachers are doing in a Znak. You're showing them how to.
yes, and it's about improvement. And in future, let's cross fingers, it will be also cool to have, in Lectorium we teach how to be how to be an artist is a very condescending thing to say, but and open mics they perform, and it would be very cool to have some sort of, like, I don't know, a producing branch of Znak, like when people already have solid performances, to explain to them, okay, with this play we can, I don't know, we can promote you here, you can perform it there, okay, with this concert you can do it here or here, or if you want to record
Yeah,
an album, you can we can link you with these people and these people, so it would be also cool to know how to promote them in future and to help them.
I think that that's what makes Znak a community. That was what we were talking before, the links, the connection, the help between the members. I think that in other spaces, people don't do that because they are just going to a show or to perform their shit and leave. But that makes you different.
And it's also a work, and it's still ongoing. Is it correct? The people just, it's not like people gatekeep knowledge or gatekeep tools or connections or don't like to collaborate. They just don't know they can. And it's important just to let them know. Yeah, that's a community.
This is the platform.
Yeah, people. It was always interesting for me. Like, okay, we read some cool article. Why not just showing it in the group chat, for example, or you found some cool artists, why not sharing? Or in Znak we share. It's like,
Yeah, that's a catchphrase. Or what?
Yeah,
A motto.
it's gonna be our
though.
motto already.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
or-
gonna be our motto. Yeah.
Yeah.
Znak we
Oh.
share.
It's Znak we
yeah,
share.
and same with
Horrible motto.
But it's literally what you just said.
No, I know.
yeah. Well, that's also
it's
what
like
makes us a community. Good gossip.
Oh yes.
Yeah,
Good
Wow.
gossip.
good
Apparently,
gossip.
yeah.
It's
Can you tell us some for the radio? Could you?
Not really. No, it's just no. Let's
doesn't
make
become
people.
Can be
Let's
better
let's make
if they have more gossip to tell.
no. Let's
No?
make people like curious.
Yes,
and
they have
they're
to
gonna
come to know the
Exactly.
gossip.
You
They
have
should
to
come.
come to know
And
the
when they
gossip.
come, I'm a very open
Yeah.
person. I can't shut up, and my friends are the same.
Yeah,
So
correct.
we can tell them everything.
We should promote this interview is going out tomorrow, Thursday, and on Saturday we are having an Znak open mic.
Oh,
Yes.
Yes.
So everyone listening to this interview would be welcome.
Mm-hmm.
And before ending, I want to ask you a last question for you all. I want you the three to answer. And is, what does Znak has meant for your life?
Okay, you first.
Very transcendental one.
You don't have a good answer? I feel like you probably have the cleanest answer, no?
You have to start with you.
Yeah, that's
Because
fine.
hers is the peak.
Of course, you're right. No, you're right. Okay.
No, mine is the
Um,
most obvious one.
Well, to be honest, I feel like Znak has changed a lot of my trajectory in my life. So it's been very important for me. The people I've met in Znak are very important for me. The fact that it's opened my eyes to artistic expression has definitely changed my life, kind of for better, for sure. So it means a huge lot to me. So I'm very grateful for it.
Pedro?
Well, so I came to Barcelona for my master's, and I'm staying in Barcelona after it, basically because of Znak.
Yeah,
That means a lot.
Yes. Well, there are other reasons, but that was one of the main ones. And because I was like with Aleta, let's keep doing this and let's do this, and now you
You're doing a very important
we
job.
put our forces, crazy minds together to
swiping on Bumble fiercely.
Yeah, exactly.
Finding people.
That part I cannot do. I deleted Bumble. I hated Bumble because I got no matches. My life is horrible. No, I'm kidding. Sorry. But well, yes. I think that Znak has opened a lot of opportunities for what to do with my life in the next years, and both in a sense of literally professional work, like, okay, let's make into each time grow more and conquer the universe. But internally as well, it's a very rewarding and enriching experience for me to have. Yes.
Yeah, and for me, Znak basically was salvation. Is it the word? Word?
Salvation is a word. Yes.
Is it a word? In my new immigrant life as an artist, because I just didn't know what to do and how can I surround myself with creative people. And it basically saved me. Yes, it helped me to learn to start writing in another language. It helped me to get inspired. And so yeah, and it also helped me to understand what I want to do in future with my life, and to realize what I'm good at, because when I came here again, I didn't know how I can be useful in this country, and finally I'm kind of have some sort of an idea.
I wanna congratulate you three for all the work that you are done due to Aleta and Pedro as teachers, and you for letting Barcelona and the whole world, because Znak is is not from Barcelona, it's from everyone in the
But
world.
she helps us with administration all the
Oh,
time.
you do?
Yeah.
She helps
treasurer
the
now
events.
as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she deals with a lot of stuff that we don't want to deal. We just give it to Sophie.
I think one day I might just become the organizer, like the
Honestly.
like
Yeah, yeah,
honestly.
The successor.
It would be
Yes.
such an irony.
Yeah, it would be very ironic, but yeah, I feel like because you guys are the chaotic geniuses,
Because of the gossip,
and then
so
I
yeah.
can like
People come.
put you in the right direction and be like,
Yeah.
okay, we need to. I'll do like social
I
media
don't-
schedules and stuff like that. Like I would be good at
I don't
that.
even remember how many times in Lectorium, Aleta or I was like, oh, we forgot to buy something, and then we just texted Sophie or Emilia,
Bring
by the
it.
way, who's not here. Like, please bring something, bring water, bring.
You're a very good tandem. Yeah.
Yeah, no, she's the
Yeah, it's
best.
the only practical person.
Yeah, she's the best.
Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate it so much. See you this Saturday at FNAC's event and Lectorium.
Thank you for
Okay.
inviting.
Thank you.
Yeah.
See you.